When last we left off, the party had drunk some Fey blood, at least a couple of people, so that they could enter the barrier to Cailailin. And we left off. I was very kind and let them know that it worked. All right, so what would you guys like to do?
Would you
Well,
guys like me to scout ahead?
have we checked to see if there's any undead in the nearby, Yaereene?
Let's do that. And humanoids. Can we take 2 minutes to do that, please?
You bet.
Awesome. Thank you.
So the first check for undead, that's a 5-mile radius, right?
Yippers.
And a 5-mile radius shows the same type of thing that you've been seeing over the last few days. There are many undead through the region, all kind of scattered around haphazardly. There doesn't appear to be any kind of order to where they are. No big clusters like you'd expect from an army or something like that. There's just undead everywhere.
And last time I looked, there was a pocket, kind of where we are, where there were no undead.
Yes, and where you are, there are no undead.
Okay, awesome. I report back that and then dive back in to look for humanoids.
Okay. For your second check on humanoids in a 5-mile radius, you do detect a humanoid not very far inside the castle.
And just one?
Just one.
I also report that back.
Well, interesting now, isn't it?
Would this be the king that the Fey Dragon was talking about?
Well, he said the king was the Canopy King, who I think is long dead. But odd that there's someone in there, regardless.
There could be somebody in there who thinks they're the Canopy King or descendant.
Should we knock?
You know what? That's actually not a bad idea. What do you think, Tempus?
I'm gonna kick the door, got all 78 of my hit points. I'm gonna level, looking for that XP. This is dungeoneering.
Welcome.
You've been waiting for that.
Oh boy.
Walking to the foot like, what up, I'm a half-orc. Gonna loot these elves because they're all a bunch of dead dorks. Coming for the treasure. Yeah, I'm done with rapping for the night. How's everybody doing?
Good. How about you?
I'm amused as hell, thank you.
Doing well, thanks. So Tempus, upon being told to knock open the door, knocks open the door.
I didn't say knock open. I said knock on.
There's a humanoid in there somewhere, so we thought might as well see if they're active and friendly, or, But I guess, penny in, penny a pound. Let's get at it.
That never does us well. But I'm assuming Tempus is opening the door.
Oh yeah, it's happened.
It's open.
You told me to. He said, why don't we open the door?
Yeah, no, not exactly, but you heard what you wanted to, and you did what you wanted, so there you go.
So you open the door, and inside, it's very quiet. And you see some fine elven wooden furniture through the area, tables, crates, chests, that sort of thing in that first entry area.
Standing at the door just before we cross the threshold, is there the sign of anything inimical if we were to cross over the door and go inside?
You can give me an investigation check.
Do I hear anything?
You can give me a perception check.
I'll aid you on the perception.
Okay, you can roll at advantage.
Thank you.
Wow, 26. It is very quiet in there. You're not hearing or seeing anything out of sorts, although you do notice that there are some green plants inside, and that might be a little bit strange.
It looks like they're taken care of.
Yeah, like they're well trimmed and healthy. Everything looks actually quite clean inside the castle. And Tempus, you don't see anything untowards anywhere in the area.
I'm assuming there's no windows inside these stone walls.
No.
Plants shouldn't be growing inside if there's no light.
Unless it has a magical tender.
Can any of you guys sense magic? Hold on, we got a wand.
I believe that went to Katira.
Tempus, can you move for a moment, please? I'm going to use the Wand of Secrets to detect traps in 30 feet.
Okay, you use the wand and don't detect any traps.
Okay, I forgot to equip the Wand of Detect Magic, so I'll do that right now.
No traps near the door.
Tempus, as you enter into the building and go up the stairs, you do see that there are 2 healthy plants. There's also spots for candles and torches along the walls, although none of them are currently lit. And you can see staircases to the north and south that go up, as well as a door right in front of you.
Well,
It-
should we call out an elfish? Let them know that we're here? Or
Do I recognize these plants?
Give me a nature check. They do look familiar, but there's something strange about them too. They're mostly like some of the smaller bushes that you'd see around in this area of the far north. But there's streaks of pink and purple and red running up along the bark as well. So that's not something that you would normally see around here.
Hi, plant. And she'll start up a conversation with the plant because it's interesting. She talks to rocks. Plants aren't anything different for her.
The plant doesn't say anything.
That's okay.
If I may, briefly, while you guys are moving around the lobby, Tempus is going to, drop to all fours, sniff the air, sniff the plants, sniff the ground around it, trying to see if I can suss out any details from the lone humanoid that we know to be in the building. Ryan, may I make a perception roll?
Of course. The smell of the plants in that lobby that you're in are rather overpowering. The sweetness of them, and you're having a hard time getting the scent of anything else.
Ryan?
Yes.
I've gone down towards what looks to be the base of one of those parapets, and is that gold loot or golden trees?
That's piles of hay.
Okay.
And that type of stuff. So no valuables that you see.
Is that ladder a way up to the tower top?
You would think so, yeah.
Well, I want to leave that for now because there's this area behind us. I don't want to leave
I'm going to
stuff
search
behind
through
us.
all of the things around here, Ryan.
Okay.
If I might say, why don't we as a party move into the south parapet there, and if we all work together, give Yaereene advantage to help search that area?
Sure.
Oh, yeah. Now, is this a perception or an investigation?
Investigation.
Can we help somebody else?
Okay. I've only got half proficiency with my jack of all trades, so I can't aid.
Sure you can.
Oh, I thought you had to be proficient to aid.
Nope.
What's your total score, KTR?
I'm a +2 on investigation.
Ysmyr, what's yours?
+4.
I say we help Ysmyr.
Could we help Ysmyr help in this search?
Yeah, she can help.
No, can we help you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she'll start poking around.
With advantage.
I imagine Ysmyr just watching all of us start running through these hallways like disorganized cats, and then we push her at this bale of hay, and we're like, "Look in here, like this," and we just start throwing hay up and down. That's how I imagine this help going.
Probably.
Good God.
Should be the first one, so 19.
Okay. You do a thorough search of this area, and you don't find anything of terrible interest. It's literally just stacks of hay, bundles of hay. Yeah.
Well, I'd like to get looking into the back here, and then we can take a look up top.
We'll follow you.
Are those sarcophagi?
They are. As you come around this south hallway, you do see a couple of ornately decorated sarcophagi in the little alcove there.
All right. And to check them out, that's an investigation, not a perception.
That's right.
Ryan, Yaereene is bringing up the rear, and she's going to be paying attention for anybody coming up behind us.
Okay.
I'm going to take a shot at investigating the sarcophagi. Nah, 8.
Your roll didn't come through to Forge.
It's just
There it is. Yeah, you don't see anything untoward around the sarcophagi. They're beautifully carved pictures of elves on the tops of them.
Any names or anything?
Yes. Do you read Elven?
I don't think that with my degree of semi-fluency that I'd be able to read it that well, especially given the note I sent to Yareene's father.
Totally fair.
I should be able to read it even if I can't perceive anything of meaning beyond just reading the script.
Yep. One of them has the name Selenwe, and the other has the name Elroth.
Can I do a history check to see if that tweaks me with anything to do with the Canopy King?
Sure.
Not bad. 17 when it comes through.
You feel like the names are familiar, but you're not sure why. Like if maybe you've just heard them back in the lore or something, but you don't have any knowledge of their history.
Ysmyr, do these names tweak you at all? I feel like I should know them, but I can't place it. You know, the old tip of the tongue thing. You know.
Ryan, did either of those names come up in her discussions with Fond or in any of her researching?
No, they wouldn't have.
Unfortunately, no. I don't know anything about them.
Well, nothing more to be gained from them, it seems. Unless you know anything, Yaereene.
Ryan, have those names meant anything to me?
You can give me a history check.
Nice.
You have heard these names before. They were in a book in your father's library back home, and they were elven generals of the ancient past.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, it looks like there's a bloody great amount of crates down here. A little bit more hay and another ladder. So I guess I'm coming up to another tower.
Interesting spot for some generals.
Ryan, when I go by, can I search the sarcophagus without touching anything?
You can give it a look, yeah.
Okay, I'm not quite there yet, but I will. But other people probably need to move up before I get there.
You should be able to walk through other people.
Yeah, but I'm guarding the back.
Oh, right.
Should be enough space for you now.
Yep, and I will search them now.
Okay. So what type of searching are you doing here? Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
I am looking for anything that looks like traps, any text beyond what was already there, any signs that these have been opened recently.
You don't see any traps, and they don't appear to have ever been opened.
I'm kind of happy about that.
So do we leave them to their rest and we keep going down, or do you want to?
I think so. They were great generals. What age were they from, Ryan?
They were from the age of the Canopy King, like long, long ago, back when Cailailin was a force to be reckoned with.
Well. Well, I guess this is further evidence that the Canopy King was, or did make his abode here.
I mean, the whole idea of us coming here was because that's what happened, and he was the last one who sat here.
Aye, but it's always nice to have corroboration, don't you think?
This is true.
Okay, now, do these crates look like they're whole?
Yes, everything is in excellent condition here.
Excellent. Well, this is odd. You'd think there'd be some deterioration. I wonder if there's like a kind of hold time or stop decay kind of spell on this whole flippin' place.
Would make some sense with how the area outside was all green inside the barrier.
I have another theory.
Oh, care to share? I mean, sharing is caring, right?
If there's somebody waiting in this fortress further in, and there's this fresh hay and all of these boxes, someone might have been expecting us. Someone might have prepared this for our arrival.
Possible. possible. Shall we keep looking around before we go banging about upstairs?
I'll take the lead down this hall.
And did we search this room as well?
Not yet. I'll throw an aid to somebody that wants to investigate.
I'll wait for us to be done investigating.
I guess that's become Ysmyr's thing.
Ysmyr, check this box. Thank you.
Oh, that's nice.
Wow.
Poking around in here, you do find a lot of foodstuffs, but you also find. Sorry, 1 second here. You find 80 gold pieces, drafting compass, and a set of merchant's weights.
Okay. Now, who's
So
who's
it's like
the
a
good
trading space.
Makes sense. Makes sense. The provisions come in here. They check them out. But this mapping stuff. Who's been taking care of the mapping for us?
A drafting compass. That's a little different.
Oh, all right. Yeah. You got to remember, my first strength is music, not cartography.
Why don't you attack him there, Tempus?
That was an accident. I'm trying to figure out how technology works. Sorry.
No problem.
Well, we can leave these here for now.
I
Guess we're moving on.
you had said you wanted to take the lead, and I'm trying to hold back.
Sorry, futzing around.
These seem like a decayed a bunch of weapons laying about.
This area is actually the first time that you've seen a spot with decay, and the furniture in this area is all broken. There's old spider webs in the corner. You do see a cask in the southern corner there that's still in decent shape.
I'll
If I
investigate.
sniff the sorry, go ahead.
I was going to investigate it, but if I see you coming up sniffing, I'll let you have.
Can I sniff the cast to figure out what's inside of it?
Yeah, you can give that a try.
I'll give him aid.
Can you aid me on a perception roll if I'm
I
like...
just picture Katira
No.
wafting the air towards your nose.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to do an investigation.
Yeah, Tempest, you're not getting any kind of sense of smell from the cask. KTR, you take a look, and it looks like it has cracked at the bottom, and whatever the contents were in it leaked out long ago.
Oh well. Can I read any labeling on it to see what it is that I don't get to taste?
Yeah, it was a cask of wine.
And I don't even know what the vintage would be like. Oh well. Sic transit mundi.
Oh, this room is different, but
Tempest, hold up, Boyle.
looks like this room is similar to the others where it's like got casks and stuff.
There's a table and chair at the back.
Yeah, and some pottery on the south end there.
I'm going to check this out. Does it look like there's any books, or does it look like a table setting for reading?
Yeah, it does look like a table's been set up here. There's no books on it, but you can see writing implements and like a mug that's empty.
No book there for me to leaf through?
Nope.
Faye wouldn't be sad.
And the mug's empty and dry?
Yep.
Is that a bed kit at the top?
I don't think so. I think that's just another table with like an ornament on it.
All right.
Are we ready to move on?
Do you want to investigate Ysmyr, or are we just going to move?
Is there anything you want me to investigate? Drop.
It looks pretty same old to me, but like I say, I'm a bard. I'm not a historian.
Oh, the pottery containers.
Okay, then she will take a look. 21.
Nice.
Yeah, the pottery has various types of liquids in them, olive oil. Some just have water. There is one with some mead, and you do find a healing potion in the mix as well.
Just a regular one?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the only thing she'll pocket. Who needs a healing potion?
I've got a plain one already.
I have one.
What about Rhodes?
Everyone should have one.
Tempus?
Sure,
just-
fine. I'll take it. Let's move on.
Okay, moving on. Enough.
Is that a grate
Yep.
or a ladder? Okay, so it's a grate. Go over and look down it.
Yeah, you look down and it's dark. Down there, you see there's some water, probably about 10 feet down.
I try the grate to see how heavy it is and whether or not it's bolted down or just loose.
Yeah, it's bolted in place.
No book here?
Nope.
Do you want into that grate?
Not for now. I just wanted to make sure it wouldn't be easy for anything to crawl out of that up at us, in case there was a frickin' carrion crawler or some kind of other vermin down there in the sewer. Ladies, Rhodes, you coming?
I'm just waiting to make sure everybody's good.
Yeah, sorry, just heard back from Shen. They're just in Kamloops, so I'll ask what would Rhodes do stuff, but might not get answers.
Gotcha.
She's the one driving, so all right, good to go.
Ryan, can I
Yes.
look for secret doors as we're going?
You can. Give me 3 investigation checks, I guess.
Oh, investigation. Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, you didn't see any in the first part, or the second part, or the third part of where you've been walking so far.
Cool. Thank you.
Is this looking kind of like a forgy?
Yeah, it definitely looks like a workshop type area.
So on the right-hand wall, is that kind of like parts, equipment, or raw materials?
Yeah, it looks like raw materials, stacks of wood, like a kind of slender pieces of wood that you might use for like arrows type of thing.
Yeah, something you might want to keep your eye on. Did you ever take up how to make arrows, Yaereene?
That could be interesting.
Well, what these rooms is telling me so far is that the place was set up to host workers, merchants, blacksmiths, that sort of thing.
Be self-sufficient under siege, too.
Tempus, you walk into the northwestern area there, and you can see that this area is also run down. Like all of the furniture is broken and decayed, and spider webs all over the place. It doesn't look like anybody's been there in a long time.
But the south part of the south towers didn't look decayed.
That's right.
Well, we've only seen 2 spots. This and like the little kind of vineyard tavern keepers type storage. Odd.
Do we want to head to the second level, or do we want to head further into the keep?
Further in. Are the plants still the same, Ryan?
Yep, the plants look the same as they did before.
Well, there's the door here. Do we want to take a look what's in there?
Yes.
It's just a small room with a ladder going up.
I'll do the same for the tower on the south side.
Same thing.
So if you want to take me up 1 level, please.
I think my internet might have crashed.
All right. I still heard you.
Yeah. My foundry went down. My internet connection's probably really bad right now because my kids are both playing Fortnite on their Switches.
That could, yeah.
How dare they?
All right. So yeah, in that south room, KTR, you see a ladder going up.
Okay, and I wanted to go up the 1 level and look out over everything.
Okay.
Okay, so looking back, there's how many more stories does it go up behind me?
There's just a second story.
I'm not seeing any siege weapons or arbalasts or mangrels, tray buckets. I'll go back down and I'll go up with everybody else. Now, the stairs on either side go up.
Let's open that door first.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get an idea, that's all.
So we're checking out the door, not going up second level?
I think the door first.
All right. Tempus, you coming up?
He said be right back.
All right.
Well, while we wait, can Ysmyr take a look at the door? Any symbols?
Sure thing. You do see carved into the door, like the kind of symbols that you would see in the north, pine trees, wildlife that you've encountered, a snowy vista, that type of thing. Like it's a very natural type of scene carved into the wooden door.
Okay, and as far as it just looks like we can push or pull it open?
Yep.
Not locked or anything?
You'd have to give me an investigation check.
Yeah, okay. She can't tell.
Maybe she could check for traps, though.
I mean, she could try, but that depends on if Ryan wants us to count in the same roll or not.
Yeah, you don't really see anything interesting about the door in terms of locks or traps or anything.
Okay, well, if everyone's ready, we'll try opening it.
All right.
Ysmyr, as you open the door and step in, you can see that this is the throne room of Cailailin. There are plants in here that are also well cared for. It's well lit in here, and standing next to the throne, you see a tall, handsome, blue-haired elf.
Oh,
Oh, great.
Not as dead as rumors had it.
does that look like it might be Ysmyr's mum's paramour? Is that your
I don't know how you would tell that.
the blue hair?
First, we take a little bit of Ysmyr's blood. Then we take a lot of his blood.
Interesting.
Does the person look familiar at all to me?
Give me a perception check.
11.
Yeah, from all the way across the throne room, you can't really get a really good look.
So,
But as you are eyeing him up, he motions for you to come to approach and smiles.
Ysmyr's being a little hesitant as she goes forward.
Yep, that's fair. Now, Ysmyr, at some point, the Moonblade did show you a vision of your father, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, this guy looks like the person that you saw in your vision.
out of character. I knew it.
And as you approach, he smiles and says, "Ah, children, right on time. The ley line will soon be turned. Undead swarm the lands. The living perish. Glathor will soon turn his gaze, and the children of Orduna gather to face him once more. Introductions are in order. Yaereene of House Valwraith, Queen's Scout, unloved daughter of Tomerin and Sonurella, bearer of Elilus the Wind, chosen of Stormlord. You may not be a child of Orduna, but you are a worthy guardian of those who are. I welcome you."
KTR is just looking.
Thanks. And she'll try to do a curtsy, but she'll get tangled up in her bow and save herself from tripping and refuse to make eye contact after that.
He takes it all in stride and looks to Rhodes next and says, "Rhodes Cyroin, the burned, Queen's consort, beloved son of Treya and Orathan, seeker of the father you believe to be your uncle, high priest of Tempus. You may not be a child of Orduna, but your son Toraman shall be. I welcome you."
Tempest,
Rhodes is getting some looks at this point in time.
yeah, at this, Tempest turns around and, like, at the beginning of the elf speech, like, he's giving Ysmyr and Rhodes, like, the biggest shit-eating grin over his shoulder, but as it gets on a little bit further, his face is just going to, like, get shocked, and he's going to be, like, looking between Ysmyr and Rhodes, and then the shit-eating grin gets even bigger.
Tempest. Sorry.
Oh, let's just say Ysmyr's just kind of like, okay.
Very
Fair
graceful.
enough. Tempus, friends of Feyfriend, Queen's Guard, acknowledged son of Harris the Strong, and Lysanthier Orduna, adopted son of Elyelin the Blind, seeker of Stormlord. You follow the Dark Lord, wielding Dowreth's power like the faithful of old. I welcome you.
Thank you. What is your name?
We shall get there. Katiara Glimmerstorm, Queen's Counselor, withdrawn son of Hammarain and Lysanthier Orduna, with Carrick Liadon fooled into thinking he was your father. Seeker of lore, master of song, spinner of tales. You follow your queen into the unknown with hardly a concern for your own safety. I welcome you.
Oh boy.
Carrick isn't my dad?
No.
Back to being shocked.
Well, I guess that explains why he was such a standoffish son of a bitch. But thanks for the news.
You're welcome. Ysmyr Orduna, Queen of the Elves, cherished daughter of Madhirnarlath and Lysanther Orduna, soon to no longer be last of her line, bringer of the Moonblade. You gather trustworthy friends around you to help you face the coming darkness. I welcome you.
Yaerene's looking
Thank-
frantically at Ysmyr to speak.
Thank you for the welcome. Safe to say, I think you've caught all of us off guard, and I think we need some explanations.
I'd like a name before the explanations, please.
I am Lysanther Orduna. Although I have gone by many names over untold lifetimes, and all I have done to bring the Moonblade home to her people.
Okay, sidebar. He's given us his name. He's identified himself as the father of Ysmyr and the father of Cailailin, right?
And the father of Tempus.
That's
He gets
correct.
around.
Yeah. So Tempus is going to approach the dais and is going to say, "Is this all true? You are our father, and you foresaw our coming?
Yes.
Then I wonder if you saw this." And Tempus is going to rage and go for his throat.
Oh my goodness.
This isn't good.
Why is you doing that?
So everybody has to go into initiative?
I mean, you don't have to.
But if we're going to act in one way or another, we have to be part of initiative, right?
Yeah.
Well, you took me totally off guard there.
Thanks.
Oh, shit. I forgot. I have to roll initiative in here, right?
It showed up.
I may want all those introductions written out, by the way.
Sure, I can copy and paste those into Discord.
Yeah, that was pretty metal, and I apologize if maybe this is taking us off the rails. So do I get a surprise round against the all-seeing prophet?
No, he's taking the dodge action, and it's Yarene's turn.
No, Tempus. And she is gonna use her bonus action to dash. Oh, maybe I can't do that yet. Maybe that's next level. Anyway, she's just gonna get right in the way and try and throw herself in between them.
Okay.
Not actually blocking, just literally trying to get bodily in the way.
Okay. Are you saying anything while you're getting in the way?
Well, she's screaming no Tempus at the same time.
Okay. Ysmyr?
Yeah, I think right now her main goal is to just get up there and stop him if she can.
Okay. What are you going to do to try to stop him?
Grab his arm.
Okay. You can give me a grapple check. So athletics. Wow.
Is that opposed?
I rolled it, and it says that my better result was a 21.
Yeah, it just showed up. So Tempus, you pull back to attack, and Ysmyr runs up and holds you back while Yaereene is yelling no. KTR, are you gonna do anything in this mess?
Oh, hell yes. I scream and... Tempest! Don't be a daft! It's our dad. You may have a grievance, but damn it! Attacking it ain't gonna do anything. And so that's DC 16 con on Tempest if it's not obvious.
You're not blinding our dad to help me?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, you managed to
Tempus.
shrug it off.
Yeah, Tempus is not blinded. Anything else on your turn?
Well, that's an action. I can't go running and throw myself rolling into his legs trying to knock him down.
No, that would be an action to also
I
grapple
kind of
him.
figured with me doing the spell that I wouldn't be able to do that. All right. Well, I still have a reaction, so I'm gonna hold on to my reaction and see what happens with his turn.
All right, Tempus, you are grappled, and Yaereene is between you and your father.
Okay, so then maybe what we need to do is adjust the map. So if Yaereene is between me and him, should my token be there?
Sure.
Okay, and Ysmyr's grabbed me, so my movement is 0. Tempus is going to try to escape from Ysmyr, and as he does, he is going to yell, "Deceiver! You violated my mother! Coxcomb! Knave! I'll kill ya! I'll kill ya dead!"
That's a different slant.
Yeah, it's not his turn, so he can't respond to these allegations, but he will.
And I rolled to try and break free, but it seems that my rolls are taking some time. Oh, there we go. Oh, womp womp.
Is that do I need to roll
Yeah, you need to roll athletics again.
Oh,
Yeah, Tempus, you're firmly held.
and just for Tempest's sake, Ysmyr's looking very stern, in a not angry he's doing this, more just dealing with things one thing at a time.
I just want to say that I just really love the visual of Tempest bristling and veins bulging, frothing in rage, and Ysmyr half of his size in her current form, just grabbing him and with the straining with the power of the ogre gauntlets, just halting his forward momentum and holding him back. It's a great mental image. That's my turn.
Okay, so because your turn ends without attacking a hostile creature, and you haven't taken any damage, your rage does end.
Noted.
Okay, and right now I think easiest with Rhodes is he's probably going to step up because Tempest seems to be in hand and just be like, perhaps we should hear him out. But he's also going to look very shell-shocked right now.
Yeah, I bet there's a lot of that going around right now.
Just based on what convos I've been able to have with Shen, I know he was going to be shell-shocked. So.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Lysanther looks at you, Tempus, and shakes his head slightly and says, "You know your mother as well as anyone. Do you honestly think there was a fight involved or coercion in your making? Yaereene."
She's just going to throw panic looks around and not do anything this turn. Still trying to stay in the way.
Okay. Ysmyr, you've still got Tempus in a grapple.
Yeah, and she's going to keep that up until she's sure he's calmed down. But while she's holding him, she is going to mutter, "You can't attack him right now because I want to know what the hell is going on." She's not even looking at Lysanther right now. She's focused on Tempus. But yeah,
Okay.
basically right now she's holding on to the grapple.
All right, Kaitiara?
all right. So right now it's a standoff. Does Tempest look like he's calmed down?
Well, he's no longer enraged.
All right. I move and try and put my hand on his shoulder and just say, "Bide your time. Bide your time. We need more answers, and we won't get it if he's dead." And I will hold a grapple in case he goes.
And Tempest will bellow, "She wouldn't have lied to me. You deceived her with magic, you fey bastard!" And raging and going for him.
All right, well, I'm going to try my puny attempt to grapple him. So that's opposed strength, right? Yeah, I ain't going to beat that.
I assume your athletics isn't any better than a +1.
It's a 3.
Okay.
Well, I go up to a 16, so I'm only 10 off.
Yeah. So Tempest, you break free of the grapples.
And, I mean, brushing past Yaereene, if she wants to take a reaction or do something to try and stop me, go for it. But, yeah, nothing fancy, no weapon attacks. I'm going to try and set my hands around my father's throat and choke him to death.
She's just going to try and stay in the way. She's not going to try and attack you in any way. She likes you.
I like you too. Would that be an athletics roll to brush her aside?
Or an acrobatics to try and stay in the way.
Yeah, let's do athletics versus acrobatics.
Yikes.
Oh, so close. It was almost a 17.
Almost.
Yeah, and then it tipped over.
Yeah, Tempest has no problem pushing past Yaereene.
Trying to choke my father to death. I know that there aren't really necessarily good rules for that in 5e, but can I give you an athletics roll? How would you like to rule this?
Yeah, we'll do athletics versus acrobatics.
Oh, goodness.
I'm going to use cutting word.
So cutting word does what?
Okay, as a reaction when a creature that's not immune to being charmed you can see within 60 feet makes an attack roll, ability check, or damage roll, you can expend 1 use of Bardic Inspiration. Roll the die and subtract the number from the creature's roll. You can do so after the roll, but before knowing the result.
Okay. So we'll take that off of Tempus's athletics check, I'm assuming?
So, shit. Not a great roll, it's only 3. So it's down
That's
to a
enough.
19.
No, Tempus's roll was 25. And that brings it down to a 22,
Oh, okay, yeah.
which is lower than the acrobatics check. So, Tempus, you attempt to get your hands around Lysanthir's throat, and he steps out of the way and keeps you at bay.
Second attack, do it again, or is that my turn?
Yeah, I guess you can take a second attack. All right, you managed to get your hands around his throat.
Did you see yourself choking on your cleverness and dying here?
Okay. I think at this point, Rhodes can try and use his charger feat to try and knock Tempus off of Lysanthir.
Okay.
So he's basically going to try, since he has over 10 feet to go, he should be able to move and basically charge Tempus and shove him back if he can.
Okay. It's an attack roll. It's not an opposed check. So he's going to dash at you and try to hit you.
Apologies.
What would the attack roll be? An unarmed strike, I'm assuming?
I would think so, yeah, if he's doing a shove. Yeah. That'd hit.
So yeah, Rhodes dashes up and shoulder low runs into Tempus and shoves him off Lysanthir.
So you're doing a shove rather than the extra 5 damage, so I'll take 3 damage?
There's no damage from the shove. It's just pushing you away.
Yeah, the damage is if it's using a melee weapon.
Okie doke.
So that's his action and bonus action, so I think we'll call it good.
Okay. Lysanthir rubs his throat, shakes his head, and he says, "If you don't wish the information that I have, so be it. I'll take the Moonblade and go."
Excuse me.
And I will ready the action that if he tries to do a hostile action, including stealing anything from any of our party members, I will shoot.
Okay. I assume you're talking about Lysanthir?
Yes.
Okay.
We were all friendly when he was like, "You guys are welcome, and I'm half of your people's fathers." But now the whole I'm mad at you and I'm going to steal from you and run away. Less impressed. I understand why he's doing it though.
Okay. Ysmyr is going to keep herself kind of between Tempus and Lysanthir, but he's going to now turn to Lysanthir. Please explain what you just said. I could also use an explanation on what you meant about Lothor turning his gaze and how we're all supposed to face him. That's not what I heard.
Okay. And that's it for your turn?
And I think she'll just be ready to, grab Tempus again if she has to, ready in action.
All right.
Sorry. Also, Shen, if you can hear this, because I know you're driving, just have Ken message me if you want Rhodes to do something.
She's actually in chat.
Driving.
All right, so I'm going to move up. I'm going to try and interpose myself between douchebag, half-dad of me, Rhodes.
Half-dad?
Well, my dad from my half-sister and my half-brother. So, yeah, this has gotten really complicated. You're being daft. Why should you have the Moonblade? It's the Queen's, not yours. Don't make it any worse. And I will hold an action where I will... If he moves towards Ysmyr, I'll attack.
Okay.
Okay, can everybody hear me? Did I get this working?
You did!
Oh, hey! So we just left Kamloops, but I'm here. I can't roll anything, but I can at least talk and have input.
Okay.
Sweet!
Tempus, it is your turn. Your rage has once again expired because you haven't taken any damage and didn't attack. Well, does the grapple count as an attack?
I think it would, and I think that we've ruled it previously, but it's okay because let me get into it here. Tempest is going to look at the party arrayed against him. He's going to look at Rhodes, who shoved him off of Lysanthire's throat. He's going to look at Ysmyr, and Katiara, who's barring the way. And he's just going to lower his hands, although his legs and fists are still trembling. You can consider us out of combat. Tempest is going to just speak in a voice thick with emotion and say, "My mother always told me my father was a human named Ernie Farstrider from the Explorers Guild. He never would have lied to me. She has no shame. The only way she would have believed that is if he took a different form or deceived her through magics. As far as I'm concerned, he's no better than Rashamanaz, and I will hear no more of his words. If ever I find you again, sir, I will show you that vengeance is the business of orcs." And Tempest will walk from the hall.
As you leave, he calls after you and says, "Do you honestly not appreciate all of the gifts in your life, knowing the friends that you have met along the way?"
A series of
And
loud door
turning-
slams follow as Tempest walks out of the castle.
Okay. As Tempest slams the door, after those words, he turns back to Ysmyr, and he's got some things to say here. "To understand my claim to the Moonblade, I must give you a short lesson on history. In the beginning, the Fae and Elves lived in harmony in this world. Portals to the Feywild were numerous, and we danced under the stars together, made families together, and lived in peace. When the dwarves came from under their mountains, we were afraid. They were so unlike us, and it was decided that one of mixed blood should unite the Fae and Elves, ensuring our continued good fortune. The empire of the elves expanded far beyond the reach of the Fae gates. Some elves were purists and resisted the allure of the Fae, like Yaereene's family. Also have the Ordunas stood as guardians of the North, with mixed blood, binding our people even long after those bonds fell from memory. The Fae created vast ley lines in the world, making it possible for them to live with the magic of their home plane, even so far from the gateways. The power is ancient, but not unchanging. Even now, Glithor uses a fraction of his strength to corrupt the ley line from Nordgard. His power will grow as he overwhelms his host. The Thesnorn will not be able to stop the corruption forever. And already those loyal to Glithor have penetrated Theslor's defenses, spreading fear and plague. Fortunately, the outlying orcs have already fallen to the undead, so some of the survivors from Theslora and Elisdon make their way here, and some will succeed in entering. Those whose ancient bloodlines were Fey-touched, but many cannot breach the magics protecting this place. Feyfriend has not the strength to grant them all access to Cailailin. It looks bleak, but not all is lost. The refugees from Nordgard are nearly out of reach of Glithor, and the aid I have provided the Thesnorn in keeping the ley line pure has bought those people the time they needed before Glithor's gaze turns south. But nothing can hold his attention this way indefinitely, and so I must depart with the Moonblade. The Moonblade was never the true property of the elves. It was a gift from the Fae to their beloved half-blood who ruled all of Nord. It has accepted ownership from those Ordunas who have held it, but it yearns to return to the Feywild, to its rightful owners. Long have I dreamed of its return, and in time a Fey-touched king will wield it again against the forces of the undead.
We have a queen to win.
We can't have Ysmyr leave at this moment.
Yeah, we did.
But we can't. There's nothing that Yaereene can do about any of this.
Does Daddy Dearest say anything when I tell him we have a queen to wield it?
No.
Sorry, I had to step away. What was that?
Oh, just when Lysanthier was done talking, KTR said we have a queen to wield it, and he didn't respond to that statement.
Did you hear the explanation of why he wants to grab the Moonblade?
Yeah, and she's processing that right now. So,
while you're processing it,
Yeah.
The sword does hum in your hands and shows you visions of the Feywild. And the moment it was handed to King Phenathon to unite the elves and the Fey.
Okay, so what you're saying of the Moonblade, from what I can tell, is true. But I am still stuck with how any of this helps us. How are we supposed to protect the people who can't make it through the barrier?
You can't.
I would be a poor queen if I couldn't try.
In truth, you won't be here when they get here.
Pardon?
What do you mean?
He looks at Yaereene and nods and says, she has had a vision, she knows.
They gather all the people in one spot?
No. Let me find it.
See, the spiriting the people and creatures away was what I had thought. The walls of a great unknown city surround us, and we see everybody packed in tight together.
Yep, that was one of the visions, but there was another one about something under Cailailin.
About what, Ryan? Sorry.
Something under Cailailin.
Oh, yeah. Something
'Cause it
even
was-
more powerful
yeah.
is under the city.
Yeah, because you had asked if you'll find something to aid you in Cailailin.
Yes, you see a castle brimming with magical artifacts, each more powerful than the next. How the elves ever fell with such items at hand is beyond you. But even as you and your companions marvel at the vast treasures, your eyes are drawn to a stone archway. Mushrooms are etched into the stone, and you sense that the greatest power lies below the castle through that archway.
That's the one.
Do you have an archway like that here?
Yes.
Where does it go to?
Home and beyond, where you need to be.
Is that where the Storm Lord?
She'll look over at Ysmyr.
The prophecy saying that as long as Glethora's gaze stays south, we'll be able to turn back the undead and win. Does that have anything to do with all of this?
Yes. For the time being, his gaze is in the north. When the ley line is finally corrupted, he will turn south. It is only a matter of time. Even with my aid, the Thesnorn cannot stop this indefinitely.
And so we need to stop that.
No, you cannot.
So we're supposed to just let those who can't cross the barrier perish? We're just not supposed to help them?
They will find another way. Not all of them outside of the castle will die, and those who can enter will be taken home as well to safety.
And for those who can't, what are we supposed to do for them?
There is nothing more you can do for them. You have set them on the path to Cailailin, and their path will continue beyond Cailailin. The orcs of the north are also headed this way, for I have set their people in motion as well. And together, united, as you foresaw, they will battle against the undead. Many will die, but not all. And the fate of
Promise me passage for one more.
your mother will survive.
I want to see it. Promise me passage for one more.
I cannot.
Rhodes will probably walk out to join Tempus. Hey, bud.
Oh, hey. Tempus is punching trees and tearing up earth.
Rhodes will just sit and sulk like a toddler.
So the first step is you hit him with a fireball, and then I'll charge in.
Don't tempt me.
When you say home, are you saying anybody that has Fey blood will go to the Fey world to escape it? Glothor?
That's not entirely what I mean. Those who have been Fey-touched will enter the Feywild, and it is not for all of them to escape Glithor there, for I will show you the way through to where you need to be.
So that we can continue fighting, right?
I'm going to try an insight on this son of a bitch.
Okay.
You're
Damn
saying
it.
it's where we need to be to continue fighting, right?
Yes. And K-Tiara, you got the sense that he is being truthful.
It feels like I should trust you, but
And
It's-
I think it's Yaereene who earlier rolled really well with knowledge regarding the Fae, right?
Yepers.
Yeah, so you know that the Fae don't lie to mortals.
I know, they do all sorts of other tricky things, but lying isn't one of them.
yeah, but they always shade stuff as ambiguous as they can.
How do you know where we need to be?
I have foreseen it.
Oh, it didn't seem you foresaw Tempus going for your throat.
I live yet, do I not?
Did you foresee whether we were successful?
No, that I cannot see. I can see branches ahead. I can hedge my bets, as it were, to give you the best chance that I can of being successful. But Glithor is a power, a force beyond any other on this world, and it will take a united front against him to stop him and destroy him.
The people who continue to the north, can you see how they survive?
They travel west, deeper into Orcish lands, and between the priests and paladins of Tempus and the shaman of Grumpsh, they work together for life.
I'm trying to wrap my head around all this. But will you be there at the final stand, aiding our queen with you wielding the Moonblade?
My mission is separate from yours. I will be ensuring the survival and training of the next king.
And
This all makes a lot of sense to Yaereene because the Stormlord is giving her weird visions. This dude says he's got weird visions. She's taking it at face value.
so you're saying that Ysmyr has a wee one, and that's who you'll take and train?
Yes,
So you'll have to be with us the months until she conceives. Or are you going to jimmy jammy that?
the journey to where you need to be is long.
Like, you take a look at K-Tierra, and you can almost, like, metaphorically see his eyes rolling in his head backwards like a slot machine that's out of control. He's trying to reset and reboot and actually make sense of this.
I'm still wrapping my head around the idea of a child, but that doesn't bode well for us, does it?
Well, it means we'll be traveling for a bit.
From what he's saying, he's hedging his bets. He's doing everything he can to set us up for success. He just doesn't know for sure if it works. Is that right, Lysander?
That's correct.
You do realize that it's going to be extremely uncomfortable traveling with Tempus, perhaps Rhodes as well.
So you've done to put things in motion so that we can survive this undead horde and defeat Glithor. But you're still stuck on a maybe.
There are no certainties in the future. I did what I could to get you here to where you needed to be, and I will continue to guide you to where you need to be. And I am hopeful that you will succeed against Glithor, for if you are not, the consequences are too dire to imagine.
Yeah, that'd give your plan of bringing up the next king and keeping things on track for the Fae and the Elves. But you say that what we really need to find is down below the castle. Something more important to our battle with Glithor than the Moonblade. Am I right?
Yes.
Is there anything else that would aid us in our fight before we go through that portal?
Yes, feel free to search Cailailin and gather what supplies you can find. The elves here no longer need their weapons and arms and you may make use of it.
Now,
Thank you.
did you see Tempus and Rhodes with us as we searched?
Their futures are their own.
What would it take to guarantee Rhodes' mother's safety? If
I have
anything, I'd like...
already guaranteed it.
You said she lives.
Yes.
I think it's only fair one of the other grandparents helps with the child, yes?
She would not be happy in the Feywild.
So she'll survive, but she's part of the group that heads out to the west with the orcs.
Yes.
I looked between Lathander and Ysmyr. I'm like, that's going to be a tricklish beast to make Rhodes satisfied with that for an answer.
I think we need some time to talk among ourselves.
Yes. Well, I leave you with this parting thought as you discuss it amongst yourselves. What is more important? Going with those who I have already assured you will survive, and not being there to face Glithor, and letting him run amok over the world and turn it to undeath? Or to let these people live their lives and go to face the darkness and protect everyone?
Okay. KTR nods, and then he turns around and looks like he's going to walk away. And then he turns around and throws an unarmed punch and says, "You may be right, but this is for Tempus, you bastard."
Roll
And
at disadvantage.
Unarmed attack.
Yeah, at disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay.
He saw it coming and is dodging.
Nah.
That's a miss.
Well, you are a bit of a cagey bastard. You may be my dad. Well, no. You're not my dad. You're my biological father. Thanks for your handshake. Hello, lads.
I think Ysmyr is going to go out and go sit just on the steps to sit and think.
Okay.
I missed what we were thinking about.
So much.
Basically, Ysmyr said we need just a chance to sit and think about all this.
Tempus, I tried to slug him, and it looks like the bastard's true about being a prophet. He dodged me like I was a buffin.
Assuming Rhodes and Tempus have not gone too far, once Rhodes sees Ysmyr walk out, he will go and sit beside her. If she allows it, he will drape an arm around her shoulders in commisery.
Yareine's going to start looking for things for them to use in the battle ahead.
Okay.
Do you just want an investigation for every room I'm in, Ryan?
No, I'm not going to make you do that. I'll just provide a list of various treasures that you guys find throughout the castle.
Also, will he tell her what the plants are?
They're hybrid plants that blend the life that you find in the Feywild with the life that you find in the north.
Ooh, cool.
And Ysmyr will be quiet for a minute before glancing to Rhodes and just being like, I think we have to do this. I can't see. I don't know what else we can do. Don't know if you heard that.
If anything was directed to me, I was in spotty service. Can you repeat that?
Ysmyr is going to be quiet for a minute and then just look to Rhodes and just be like, I don't know what else we can do. I think we have to do this. I hate it, but I can't see any other way right now.
For a rare moment in his life, at a loss for words, if Ysmyr allows it, Rhodes will just wrap both arms around her and just hold her in a way to try and reassure her more than himself, in the sense that he understands that the literal weight of the world is on her shoulders right now.
No, I think she'll allow it.
All there is to push forward, right?
That's all we've been doing. I was hoping here we would catch a break, have a rest. I don't know. That we wouldn't have to jump farther.
Well, that's not what happens to heroes now, is it?
No, I suppose not. Ugh. It's just a Lon's decision I'd rather not have to think about. But doing that, all I can do is think I know this is what we have to do. I just don't like it.
You also know that you won't be doing it alone. I won't, and no one else here are going to let you face this by yourself.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Okay. Then she'll just go quiet and kind of lean into the hug like, ugh, this sucks.
He'll pull her in, rest his chin on top of her head.
Kaitira is looking at Tempus, and is he still like huffing and just kicking the shit out of the forest?
I mean, he's probably like taking big, gulpy, sobby breaths and is just looking utterly miserable. But I mean, we were told that there weren't that many trees around here, so they've probably all been like ripped up by the roots and destroyed.
All right, well, Kaitira is going to go over and try to hug him.
Don't touch me right now.
You heard that I tried to slug him on the way out, did you?
I did, but it's all for naught. My birth was an act of violence against my mother, and I am going to have to put that aside and do what I have to do and do the right thing and follow you and follow him, and it's hard, Tiara. It's so hard right now.
I know. It's not exactly the easy thing to find out your world's turned upside down in one sentence. It's easier for me because the man I thought was my father's a bastard. Even though I'm the bastard. I don't know if I guess I can understand why you're saying that it was an act of violence. I see it more as an act of betrayal of faith, trust, but that can be an act of yes.
How is any of it even possible? Elves and orcs are not supposed to be able to do this. What does it mean that I'm half a Latran? I just want to go back in there and throttle that smug...
Well, I don't think he's a dragon either. He's freaking Fae. And I mean, that's what I'm assuming from everything. He's Fae. Their biology doesn't seem to act by any rules. They have I couldn't hear any lies in what he was saying, bitter though it might be. And I agree, he's one smug son of a bitch. But that smug son of a bitch is the best chance for life to survive. I'll leave you be. Let me know when you want to talk. I'll always be there for you, brother.
Thanks, Tiara.
And I walk over, bow to the queen, and just kind of slump down in a really awkward lotus by her and Rhodes. Well, is it time we gather ourselves back together and start ransacking the building?
I think Yaereene already started. If you want to go join her, I need some time to sit.
I bow to my queen, and I kind of give a half-hearted punch to Rhodes' shoulders and a weak-ass smile, and I go back inside. Yaereene, where are you?
She'll eventually pop her head out of wherever she's been.
I'm heading upstairs and taking a look down the stairways, since we're supposed to go down.
Ryan, where would she be searching at the moment?
Well, there's several rooms off the main throne room here, and then there's also up the stairs in the lobby. You can head upstairs in the castle and search around. I'm not going to make you walk all around the castle everywhere.
Sounds good.
Okay, do I hear her voice in the main hall?
Sure.
Well, which rooms haven't you checked and which have you?
I will answer, and I assume you're going to join me for the rest?
Shall we give this a toss down here?
Yeah, Ryan said he wasn't going to make us walk through the whole thing.
Yeah. Basically, you ransack the castle and look around, and I'm going to copy and paste a list of stuff that you find, and you can decide what you would like to keep or toss.
All right. And do we find any stairways going down?
Through your searches, yes, you would have found some.
And I take it we haven't gone down there yet because that is not part of the ransack.
Right. Yeah. You get when you see the stone arch with the mushrooms and stuff. You get the sense that heading down there without everybody together is probably not a great idea.
Cool. Well, I think Group 2 is going to be furious when they see this list.
Ooh, I like the arrows.
And the bracers of archery.
Hadn't even got to those yet.
Very last line. And a corpse slayer shortbow.
Iron Stone of Strength, you say?
Oh, Ryan, we may be busy for a few moments.
Yeah, that's fine. I've got messages that I'm dealing with and stuff, but just let me know.
Ryan, I'm going to assume that I had to use one of the charges on my wand. Like I waited until we gathered everything up in one place, and then I zapped the entire thing to see what the hell is magic.
Yeah, there's tons of magic stuff in the castle, and you find it all.
Most generous. Thank you.
Potion of heroism would be good for you or Rhodes.
I'm just looking for the +3 halberd on the list somewhere. It's not actually there, and I am not I am not ungrateful for all the loot. It's just nobody in this castle used a spear.
Yeah, you never roll up random spears and halberds and stuff. I don't understand why that is. I'll have to toss one in.
It's all good. No worries. I made my choices and I must live with them. Out of curiosity, are both Rhodes and and Ysmyr in the chat?
Yep.
Rhodes?
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, it can also wait until next session when we have Shen for more more confirmed chatting. But now suddenly Tempus is filled with trepidation. I'm not sure Rhodes is good enough to date his sister. When it was Ysmyr, it was fine, but like now you're dating his sister, so boundaries. And of course, I'm just kidding. But if Shen isn't available, then we can move on.
Sending stones is interesting.
Those are useful little things.
I mean, I did take message as my cantrip, but unfortunately, I couldn't message you because I couldn't see you through the doors.
So just to be clear, Ryan, like once we have gathered these tools and arrayed ourselves, Daddy Dearest has invited us to join him into a portal into the Feywild.
Yep.
About how long between treasure searching and arraying ourselves and eventually getting ready to get on the journey with him?
It'll be the next day before you get the chance to do all that and have your long rest in and stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to be having a long rest in.
Oh, Ryan, you have made some interesting challenges for Yaereene, huh?
Uh-huh.
Just too many good treasures for you to pick through?
Corpse Slayer, Bracers of Archery, Scimitar of Speed, and Elven Chain?
The Bracers of Archery are neat because they also give characters proficiency with bows if they don't have it already. So if you have somebody in your party who currently
use a bow
can't use bows, then they can all of a sudden know how to do it and use one. Yeah.
And she'd be very fond of anybody else who wanted to use a bow. She'd help.
What's the better weapon, the Corpse Slayer short bow or the one that she's using right now? Because that's a long bow, so it's got a hell of a lot better range.
Yeah.
Have different advantages.
I mean, technically, Ysmyr can use bows.
Excellent. Good. So somebody should be using one and somebody the other.
Could do that.
Does anybody want to fight me for that Iron Stone of Strength?
I was about to say, I can't see anybody else using it, Tempus.
Great. I'd also like the Staff of Frost, please. Specifically so I can, spit our dad on it, but that's neither here nor there.
I'm taking a look at that. Which are you? Druid, sorcerer, warlock, or wizard?
Sorry, was that directed at me?
Yep.
No, I'm none of those. I'm gonna take the Staff of Frost and I'm gonna make our dad eat it.
I think Ysmyr, you volunteered for the Staff of Frost.
That or the bow? Or
I'd see you
both?
with both.
I'd maybe argue K-Tiara for the bracers and the bow, but
yeah, that's fair too.
I would too.
Sorry, I am still here. I was driving through a city and now I'm gassing up.
Welcome back. Ryan gave us a whole bunch of loot and has discombobulated us.
Yeah, and
good.
Tempus, now is your chance to have conversation if you need.
Okay, so I'm assuming that this is after a few hours and Tempus has more or less sulked and pouted himself out. And so he's going to look over at Ysmyr and Rhodes and cross his arms and say, "So, yes, son, eh?"
Oh, God, right. That's a thing.
Rhodes, when we were at the Fey Tree and you were talking about knowing where a firstborn might be found, were you talking about yours and Ysmyr's child?
Well, about that, it wasn't that one that I was talking about, at least.
Oh, well, thank goodness. I was going to be really mad at you about being willing to risk yours and Ysmyr's child like that. Wait a minute. What do you mean, that one?
I mean, I'm not willing to risk a child. I don't really want to talk about this right now. Let's talk about the thing about me and Ysmyr.
Oh, right. Rhodes, what makes you think you're good enough to date my sister?
Rhodes is gonna look at Ysmyr, back to Tempus. He's not 100% sure how to respond to this, and he looks at Ysmyr like, are we dating?
That's a good question, actually.
I think it's past dating if you have a child.
We don't have a child, and you're not here. Go away.
Oh, I'm definitely here.
You're searching the castle for goodies.
I thought this is while we're standing around the loot, all of us.
This is a family conversation, apparently.
Hey,
Don't say that.
Nice.
Kate is technically family.
Oh, okay, fair. I haven't had a chance to read the big intro yet.
This dude's everybody's dad, except for me
Rhodes
and
and Yaereene.
maybe
You
just
and-
me.
You and Yaereene are the only not family members, apparently.
Everybody else
Okay.
is half siblings.
That would make it really awkward if I was related.
Very.
Very true.
Okay, anyway, first of all, we don't know when there's supposed to be a child. Second of all, Tempus, you don't get to dictate who I do anything with. So, besides, I'm older than you. If we have to pull a sibling card, I'm older than you. Don't tell me what to do.
Maybe I don't get to do that, but I still get to look after you and care for you, don't I?
And Rhodes has been very good about that too.
Yes, Oni-chan.
Well, okay. But then Tempest is going to turn back to Rhodes and say, blood brother or not, you break her heart or treat her poorly and I'll break you into flinders.
I don't know if we'll have to worry about that. I don't plan on hurting Ysmyr. And Rhodes says that in a way that probably implies that he also has a lot on his mind in this moment.
Well, okay. You know what, for what it's worth, however awful this day might have been and how hard the ones are going to be in the future, I'm really glad that the two of you found each other and that whatever this is that you're happy. So, Ysmyr, I thought it was so complicated and junk. What was that all about?
Oh, it's still, I don't know how to explain it, Tempest.
And Tempest will stage whisper over to Rhodes. Wow, she must really like you, 'cause, you know, she was, like, really pining for you when you left, and she's just been so flustered when you're around, too.
Rhodes is just going to sit there like, this really took a 180 in your attitude towards this, Tempest.
You satisfied me. No point in dilly-dallying about the facts.
Also, BRB, I have to drop the call for a second to reconfigure before we start out again.
Okay.
And thank you, kind DM. Ryan just messaged me about a cool halberd that, I guess was, like, holding up a flag or something outside the castle. So thanks, Ryan.
No problem. I just feel bad because like you never roll up random halberds and spears and stuff. And I was looking online to see about it, and yeah, it's a big problem in 5e that there just aren't any. So I figured I'd better give you one because it would make sense that they would have some kind of magical spear or polearm here.
Very kind. Thank you.
And with the conversation, Ysmyr's just gonna look between the guys and just be like, "We've learned a lot in a very short amount of time. Are we okay just dropping it for now?"
Well, if you don't want to talk about it, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you and Rhodes were both okay and that everything's good. I'm sorry for my outburst. I'm sorry for what I did in there, but, well, I think I made my feelings pretty clear. I apologize for letting them get the better of me, and I promise you that, as long as we are traveling with Lathanthia and working together, that I will mind myself. And until our goals are met, I will not raise a hand to him.
That's all we can ask. I don't like it either, but at this point, I don't know what else we're gonna do.
I do. The minute we have what we want from him, I'm going to kill him.
I would just settle for a good.
No. He wronged my mother. The one person in this world who always cared for me and always looked after me.
Ysmyr will just nod and, well, don't know where we'll be at, but I guess do what you have to do.
Thank you. I will.
I'll stop you if we still need him.
That's it for Tempus.
Okay. Unless there's anything else going on, eventually, I think Ysmyr will go and talk to Lysanthier.
Okay. What would you like to say?
I understand time in the future can be vague, but with what we're getting into, I need more than just vague answers. As we travel, can you give us more insight into what the heck we're getting into?
I will guide you as best I can. Yes.
All right, then. Here. And she'll hand over the moonblade.
You see the moonblade shine and glow in his hands before he sheaths it, and he nods his thanks. You can see his eyes glisten with unshed tears, and he smiles.
She wants to go home. Make sure she gets home.
It's uncommon for a Fae to say these words, but thank you.
Oh boy.
You're welcome. But I hope whatever you've set in motion has us on the right path. And with that, she's gonna walk away again.
Okay.
So I guess if you guys notice Ysmyr, she's coming out with only one sword. Yay.
So it's done?
Yeah, it's done. I don't think we have any other choice.
I nod and give a slight bow to Ysmyr.
All right. So you guys have gathered up all of the items from the castle, had yourselves a nice long rest, and wake up in the morning. What would you like to do?
So I sneak up on Lysanthier while he's sleeping, and no, I'm just kidding.
Well, Lysander, what all can we expect beyond this mushroom portal?
Below Cailailin was a stronghold of the Eladrin, and it leads to the Feywild proper. And once we get there, things will be interesting. I will be guiding you to where you need to be, but you will need to follow me very closely and not stray from the path that I have chosen. Time flows differently in the Feywild. There are other creatures that may attempt to waylay us on our travels, for not all of the Feywild is safe. But should we take the proper path and not wander, we should arrive. And it may not feel like long, but unfortunately there will be bubbles of time that we will need to pass through that will affect us in unpredictable ways.
Such as, like, just an example. It might be unpredictable, but what could it do?
It is very likely that your child will be born before you leave. And if your child is not born before you leave, there is the chance that it will be born as you leave. The portals between worlds are as stable as they can be. And if you are still with child, it is likely that it will cause complications leaving the Feywild.
Such as? And she's looking a little, like, sick as he's talking about this.
For instance, when elves of your world were brought to the Feywild and perhaps became impregnated in the Feywild and they were not aware, they would come back to your world, and the unborn would rapidly age as they came into this world for the first time. Sometimes the mother did not survive the process.
How do we protect Ysmyr?
As I said, there's a chance that the child will be born before leaving, which would be ideal. If the child is born beforehand, I can take him amongst the Eladrin and train him.
Looks like we may have lost Jesse for a minute.
Sorry, I tried asking a question and missed most of that, but if basically we were talking about the different time travel shenanigans, that's all well and good. Tempest would have asked without looking at Lysanthier if Rhodes and Tempest, as the shortest lived members of this party, would potentially be affected adversely by the passage of time. Can we drop dead or dust as a result of doing this?
I am not familiar with the shorter-lived races passing through the Feywild in this way. It has always been elves and Fey who are not as affected by the passage of time. As you have my blood in you, it may mitigate any unfortunate side effects. As for Rhodes, I cannot be certain.
Okay, resume pretending he doesn't exist. Thank you.
Okay.
Is there a way to go that has less risk to us?
To travel overland would be suicidal. The undead are everywhere. Once the ley line is corrupted, the gateway to the Feywild will collapse, and Glithor will have total dominion of the lands surrounding the ley line. It would be foolhardy to attempt to walk to where you need to be. I have not seen a future where all of you survive the journey.
But you have with the tunnel, with the gate.
Yes, the odds are very good that you all survive going through the Feywild.
I like that plan.
But I must stress, and he looks directly at Tempus as he says this, that you must follow my lead as we make our way through. To ignore my warnings could put you in peril.
Tempest will look back at him and just fixed gaze, mad dog glare, not saying anything, and just eyeing him down as best as I can.
Okay.
And we'll talk about this idea of you taking any child later.
As you wish.
I would like to butt in at the mention of a child being taken. Rhodes' expression becomes very unreadable, even to the point of frosty.
Yeah, I would say that expression is shared.
He ignores your frosty expression and says, "If you're all ready, I will show you the way."
For a penny, for a pound.
I guess so.
We'll follow.
And he unlocks the door to the mushroom archway and continues down some stairs.
All right. I just see everyone sharing glances with each other, and then we start down.
Okay, what's the order that you're heading down in?
Probably Yaereene first.
Tempest close behind her.
And I'm going to guess Katira or Ysmyr.
I'm thinking Ysmyr than me, Rhodes in the rear. Now, if Rhodes happens to jostle me and wants to be beside Ysmyr, I'll understand.
Nah, I got your 6.
This looks lovely, Ryan.
I know, right?
Not terrifying at all.
I don't like what I can see.
So is he still leading us?
Yep.
Oh, good.
Follow the path.
You see Lysanthier stop at this point and look down at the floor with a frown.
Is the water not supposed to be there?
It wasn't the last time I was here.
Can you use the table beside you to bridge it?
The issue is that water in the Feywild is a greater barrier than it is in your world to you. I cannot cross this.
Do you need us to block it?
Or find a way around.
Ryan, do we notice those people on the other side?
You sure do.
Who are they?
Oh, that's Gale and one of his summoned minions. The pixie I don't know by name. I'm not familiar with her.
Are they friendly?
Oh yes, Gale is quite friendly.
Maybe ask Gale how this flippin' river got here.
Well, you should be able to cross the water better than I. It is not polite to yell.
Could you be carried across the water?
No.
And anybody who knows Tempus will briefly realize that he is planning on shoving the Eladrin in and thinks better of it and leaves it alone.
Now, how deep is the water? Is it safe for me to go up beside you and check the water?
Yeah, it's just a trickle over the floor. Like, it's not deep at all.
Could we use the table to block it?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking is if we just
Not
block
for
it.
Lysanther.
Okay, so if we block that hex, and hopefully the flow will go down around and through here.
He is very uncomfortable with this plan and doesn't want to divert the water or cross it in any way.
All right, then. Somebody have my 6 while I go talk with, you said that was Gary?
No.
What's his name again?
Gale.
Gale. All right.
Don't get it wrong.
No. Gale.
no.
Gale. Is there any specific path I need to take here, or can I just saunter over?
The water shouldn't affect you.
I go across there.
Yeah, it's fine.
As requested, I'll back up Katiara. Okay.
And I'm going to get this close and not shouting, but raising my voice a little. Oi, Gale. Lysandre was wondering, how'd this water get here? You don't remember it being around.
Who?
And I point back.
Tempus is going to poke Katiara like in the back real hard and say, names. No names.
Oh, that gentleman, and I point, standing by the water. He can't cross it. He don't remember it being here. And he said he knows of you, and you might know why it's here.
Oh, it's a terrible thing. Yes. And he waves in general at the area around you and says, the fortress has fallen.
And who exactly made it fall?
Oh, I don't know his name, but it was brutal.
Was it an undead?
No. Some sort of demon or devil or some such. Slaughtered them all.
Well, that doesn't sound good at all, does it? Is there a message I can convey back to the gentleman? And...
Oh, you can tell my prince that everything has gone wrong.
Everything has gone wrong. The fort has fallen, and it was demons or devils or the like that did the fallen. Is that it?
Sounds right.
I bow, and I thank you for your words. I commend you on your wisdom, and I wish nothing but the best for you.
When you thank him, he frowns at you.
Tempus will poke Katiara again and say, that's rude. It implies that there might be some sort of further debt between you.
Now, this is not between the two of us, of course. It's between you and your prince, isn't it?
You're the one offering the thanks.
I apologize for my bad manners. As a mere mortal, I occasionally stumble when I talk about things that would be courteous and civilized for mortals with the Fae. I apologize. And I get the hell out of there.
Tempus is going to elbow Katiara and say, tip him like he's a prostitute and let's get out of here.
Bye!
That's how you tip?
Okay, I toss a gold over to him.
Okay.
Did we survive this encounter?
I don't know if Katiara is going to.
Gale leaves.
Does he look miffed?
Yes.
Damn it.
Faye, Katiara, you got so many intrinsic. I can't say the word.
Intrinsic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Intricacies, but
intricacies. Yes.
You don't.
I'm good at language. I'm bad at extra planar courtesies, shall we say. Well, he says, basically, the fort has fallen. It was devils or demons or the like that did it, and everything's gone bad.
So it might be that I'm trapped here?
Well, we see it running from west to east, but it doesn't look like there's much of a path on either side.
It looks like it's falling down from over there. Maybe if we can block it.
Well, it might find new paths, but he seemed to be very, very apprehensive about dealing with water either ahead or behind.
Water forms a barrier in the Feywild. The realms of the seasons are split by running water such as this, keeping winter from fall, fall from summer, summer from spring. It is not a barrier that we pass lightly.
Yeah, so this is something you didn't see.
No. As I've said, I can't see all things. I'm not omniscient. And other forces can disrupt my visions. I have seen myself guiding you through the Feywilds, but if this is blocked, perhaps that vision is false.
I believe our course is clear then. We have entrances in and out of this chamber. Let us go find this devil and see what we can do about clearing a path.
So, are you saying we take either that door or that door?
I imagine we're going to be going through both before this is said and done. Want to flip for it?
Who are we going to flip?
Let's toss Lysanthier in the air. If he lands on his butt, we go left. If he lands on his head, we go right.
I'm willing to do that. Is that an issue for you, Dad?
He just looks at you.
And I give a big grin.
Evens left, odds right.
Well, I was going to say the left looks like where the water's coming from.
But I rolled odds.
Well, she's at odds with that, so I'll listen to McQueen. Bum, 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 bum.
God save our noble queen, who's also our big sister, I guess.
I don't know. I thought I was older than you, Ysmyr.
That's the royal we. It's Tempus saying we.
Yeah. I put myself at 112. How old are you?
55.
Hey, I am Oni-chan. You're all my kid, brother and sister.
Yeah, no, if you try and enforce that, welcome to a life of hell.
Okay, so I think the party is saddling up and going through the left door. Any objections?
I gotta do a quick BRB, but yeah, I'm good with that.
I think we're good.
The Fey creature warned us some sort of demon. But if there's Fey around, we should be careful to avoid, breaking Fey rules. No names from this point out, and take care, I guess.
Can't your father come with us down this pathway? There's no water here.
Lysanthier, it's safe this way.
I don't see myself going that way.
Of course not. Could you say you don't want to?
Well, let's check it out and we'll come back. Am I going first?
Go carefully.
And Tempus will go carefully, sniffing the air and looking for anything that could potentially harm us.
Yaereene will follow along with you. And Ryan, I am going to check for or trying to be mindful of secret doors as we go.
Okay. Tempest can give me perception checks, and Yaereene can give me investigation.
We see
no
nothing.
secret doors. Tempest, the smell of sulfur is quite strong here, so you're not able to get any kind of other smells that might be helpful.
I'll whisper that to Yaereene, and we'll continue to the door. Does the party follow us?
Yep, and I'm back.
Sorry, I'm moving 2 tokens. So.
It's all good. Sorry, Ryan, just to be clear, we did get a long rest last night, right?
Yes, everybody's well rested.
Woohoo! I've got all my rages. Well, then in that case, when everybody erased themselves, Tempus is going to hold up a few fingers and is going to point at the door, tap his nose. You do a circly wiggly fist thing, and then whatever it was he was trying to communicate, it's all for naught because he's kicking open the door loudly and fast.
Oh, son of a bitch.
You kick open the door. Inside the room, you see just a mess of weapons and armor scattered about, and a large glowing circle drawn on the floor in the center with a snake demon with several arms standing in the middle of it.
Rushing in and peeling off to the right of the circle. Don't know if we get a surprise round or if you're having us roll for initiative.
That depends on what you want to do. It's just standing there.
Rush in and peel off to that side, halberd at the ready. Any hostile moves from the creature?
Nope, it's just looking at you.
I did not mean to move there. My finger slipped.
Oh.
Sorry. I'm
Okay,
gonna.
good. It's good to know.
Gonna move to this spot here and wait for the rest of the party to array themselves in the room, trying to keep the creature's focus on me.
Katira, did you mean to stop right in my line of fire?
All right. I didn't know you were going there, but okay.
I was there well before you entered the room, so.
As you enter the room, it speaks in a harsh and guttural language. Does anybody understand Abyssal?
I do.
Really?
I do. It's on my character sheet.
Nice.
So let me get this straight. Yaereene, the ranger, who has a +1 to knowledge nature, but a +6 to knowledge history, also speaks Abyssal. You went through a goth phase, didn't you?
Yeah.
She wasn't very loved by her family, so she looked into a lot of things for a while there.
You were reading occult books and dyeing your hair and cutting it weird. You were a goth, and that's why your parents don't take you seriously.
I always pictured her more as an emo, but yeah, goth works.
Oh, that's funny. So what's she saying?
She is begging you not to kill her.
Ysmyr, she says don't kill her. And
Find
she
out
sounds
why.
really sad.
Ask her what's going on.
I have to, can't you?
I can't speak her language.
Are you sure? Could you try?
I'm absolutely sure.
I give bardic inspiration to Yaereene, and I'm like, you can do this. I know you can.
Okay, what am I supposed to say again?
Ask her what's going on.
Hi, Snake Lady, what's going on?
She begins to speak in your mind rather than aloud. And she says she's not sure what's happening. She was summoned here by the Eladrin, but before they could release the spell, they were slain.
By who?
By her enemy.
And who's your enemy?
Are you translating this?
Not yet.
There is a devil in this place that slew all of the Eladrin that I saw in this room.
If he was your enemy, why did he leave you here?
Likely to taunt me. I am bound here now, helpless, unable to leave, unable to go home. I am a prisoner.
Can I do an insight check?
You sure can. Sounds good.
Yeah, okay. I convey all of that to the rest of the party. Poor thing's been trapped here.
Did she say the Eladrin summoned her?
She did.
To fight the devil?
Why did they summon you?
They never had a chance to say.
So the devil came in just at the exact same time as they finished the summoning?
It would appear so.
Did you see the devil kill them?
Yes.
What's it look like?
Are you familiar with the Andizu?
No.
It is a green-skinned creature with tiny little wings sprouting from its back. A rather repugnant-looking thing.
Not to interrupt the conversation, is that a ballista in the corner of the room?
Yes.
Is it loaded? Is it functional?
It is not currently loaded, no. And you're not sure if it's functional.
Do you know where the devil went? And I am translating now everything.
Through that door, and she points to the north.
Can Ysmyr investigate the summoning circle?
Sure. What are you looking for?
I guess get an idea of... Clearly the purpose was to summon But was there like I guess an ingrained reason for it, like serve the people summoning it, or like get an idea of the full idea behind the summoning?
Okay. You could give me an Arcana check. Okay, so the summoning circle is created from blood, which gives you the sense that it's not meant to be a permanent circle. It was something drawn rather hastily. The forms are still good and in place so that it can't leave the circle. But you figure that any disruption of the summoning circle would allow it to leave.
And leave as in leave the circle or go home?
Leave the circle.
Yaereene, can you ask it what it would do if it could leave the circle?
Sure. And I ask it,
What's the exact question?
what would it do if it could leave the circle?
Any number of things. I might go home. I might be indebted to those who freed me at this point.
Might you also harm us?
Pardon me?
Might you also harm us? Is that one of the options?
Well, of course, fighting is always an option.
I look around. Is Dad here?
Nope.
Well, looking at the circle, I know it was summoned here and that we can free it, but I'd rather not have another monster thing attacking us. Perhaps a deal, it helps us and goes home if we free it, so it's not trapped here for ages.
If you want to, but you'll have to tell me exactly what to say.
Anyone else have opinions on this?
What is the question? Sorry, I'm back.
Do we offer the demon a deal? We free it if it helps us with the other demon thing and doesn't kill us and just goes home?
Tempus, while looking at the ballista, is going to just absent-mindedly say, "No, it's a demon. They're liars and scoundrels."
Okay, then do we just move on?
Ryan, does the ballista appear to be in working order?
You can give me an investigation check.
Truly, I am a cunning siege engineer.
Yeah, it looks like it would work.
Awesome. Then I'm going to wheel it around and point it at the... would that be a Merilith in the circle? I'm pointing it at the demon in the circle.
It certainly is, but yes.
Tempus isn't really up on demonic taxonomy, so he's going to point the ballista at the demon and just try to winch it and place a bolt in it if he can find a convenient piece of ammunition.
Yeah, there would be a bolt in here.
Excellent. So winching the ballista back and just generally getting it ready, Tempus is going to call out to the creature and say, "Sweeten the pot. What do we get if I don't splatter you across this chamber?"
Can you give me a dexterity saving throw?
Is it a threat I can see, and am I allowed to roll at advantage?
You're not really looking at it right now.
A nice even 10. Oh, a nice even 7.
You're going to take 5 bludgeoning damage as the ballista was not in good shape, and the pressure from the rope pulling back the bolt has snapped the ballista, and a piece of it hits you in the back of the head.
Well, Tempest will do that snorty thing that you do when you're like, you get hit in the head and it just really upsets you kind of thing, and then he'll shrug and say, "Well, my plan to intimidate her failed. Shall we move on?"
I guess so.
Yaereene, are you okay with that? I know you're pure-hearted and good, but demons are wicked. All of the stories agree you don't make deals with demons.
Oh, Ysmyr, is that what we're... Oh, sorry, guys.
What?
Sorry or what?
So for talking to her, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
No, talking to her is fine. Just don't make any promises.
Sorry, Snaky Lady, we have to go now.
I do hope you'll be back.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. And she looks at Ysmyr.
Should you see that devil that killed all of these Eladrin, do send it my regards and tell it to come and free me sometime so we can fight.
She'll just smile and shrug and look like the world's most awkward person. And then she'll scurry through the door without even checking.
Not much of a challenge. Don't go north!
Too late. It was socially awkward. She had to flee.
You're right, my pig. Oh,
Right.
son of a bitch. The devil's that way.
Yes, but he probably doesn't want to talk.
No. All he'll want to do is frickin' rend ya. Wait.
Gotta step away, but I love Yaereene. I love the way that you roleplay her. She's the best.
Yaereene, you charge head first into the room to the north. And aside from the different lighting here, it's a soft, soothing yellow light. You do see what may be the source of the running water ahead.
What is that?
Well, it looks like a pool of water.
What's the eyeball looking
that's
like?
going right
There's
now.
something in
Oh,
the-
well, you can't really see that from where you are right now.
Okay.
We can't
She's
see
getting out a line of sight
I-
from that snake person, so they can't tell she's here anymore.
Okay.
So you can't see the Eye of Sauron in the middle of the lake?
Not from where you're standing, no.
I climb up on this broken pillar.
Yep.
Do I have
yeah,
vantage now?
You can, from up there, you can see down into the pool of water and you see an enormous eye staring at you.
I immediately hop back down, crouch behind it with my back to the pillar, and go, "There's a frickin' giant eye in there!"
Does it talk to you?
No, and I didn't
Oh,
want to
this
give it
is
the
so much
chance.
better. She lets out a sigh of relief.
Is that maybe the demon issue?
Did it seem like a devil's eyeball to me?
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh yeah, play to my strength.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, 17 to a 7. Damn.
Yeah, you have no idea. You've never seen anything like this or heard of anything like this before, but it really unnerved you.
Can I see it if I stand on something?
If you want to, yeah, from there you climb on top of a table and look down, and the eyeball turns to look at you.
Oh my god, she'll panic and jump down.
Can you give me a dex save?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you clamber down from the table. No problem. You don't wind up hurting yourself in your panic.
Guys, it looked at me. Did I recognize? Had I seen anything like that before or known of anything like that, Ryan?
You can give me an Arcana check as well.
She may have gone through a little bit of a gothy stage.
Yeah, and even still, you're not sure what the hell that thing is.
Fair enough.
Like, you recognize the Marilith in the room that you just came from, but this is completely out of your depth.
Do you want to go ask the creature in the other room about the eyeball?
What?
Yes, have more social interactions with it.
It would probably only lie.
She's looking panicked, assuming you must be talking to someone else.
Is this giant eyeball taking any kind of hostile action?
Nope, it's under the surface of the water. It just stares up at anybody who gets close enough to look.
Do you want me to ask, Ysmyr?
I just don't know what we're going to do about this right now. And we don't know what it is.
Yaereene will go to here, and then she'll holler, "What's the giant eyeball?"
A giant eyeball? Can you be more specific?
Really big, and in a lake of fiery, sort of watery stuff.
Oh dear.
She just said, "Oh dear." I don't know what that means.
It means that it's something that makes her worry. I think we're screwed.
It means she probably doesn't know and is saying something mysterious to try and make us panic. Everybody
I'm
cool
panicked.
it.
I'm panicked. It's all right. I got it covered. Oh, that is fabulous.
So what are you guys gonna do?
There's a couple of doors. If it's not taking any kind of hostile action, then, I don't know, want to keep looking for this devil?
I guess. It's not so much a want as we gotta.
Tempus is going to post up right at the edge of the water and just wait there until all of his friends can shimmy on past it.
Anybody who has any level of perception notices that Yaereene is just shaking like a leaf at this point in time.
Do we keep going north or do we go through one of the east walls doors?
Once everybody's moved past the pond, Tempus will rejoin the group, walking straight up to Yaereene, grabbing her and laying one on her, and just holding the kiss for a good long moment until he draws back, takes a breath, and says, "Are you feeling a little bit more calm? Are you good?"
Um, um, okay.
You're not making sense, and he'll go back in and give her another big long kiss. How about now?
Okay.
Good. We can get through anything together.
And she'll give him quite the smile. So which, and door do you want? And she'll grin at Tempus.
Well, I see 4 doors on this side, 2 to the north and 2 to the east. Mind you, I don't think it's much use going to the southernmost east door, since it looks like it'll just take us back into where the waterfalls happen. And we didn't see the big old bad monster there. Devil.
Is that water glowing like a sickly kind of red, Ryan?
It certainly is.
We maybe don't want to tromp through the water anyway. Unless anybody has any objections, let's just keep on the outermost northern door.
Okay, Yaereene will try opening it.
Yeah, this is a private sleeping quarters. You don't see any dead bodies in here littering the area.
Is that a map on a table?
Yeah,
Of where?
it's labeled as a map of the Feywild.
Do you think we could take that with us?
What's
Probably
it written
not a bad
in?
idea.
The language is Elven. You don't perceive anything out of the ordinary around this room. I mean, it looks like whoever was in here left in a hurry, but seeing the state of the outside room, it's probably not a surprise. There are also a couple of chests in the room, along with the maps.
What does this map say?
That map is the pathway to the winter quadrant of the Fey realm.
Okay, I'm going to snag it.
Okay.
Just make sure you're writing these things down. If it's not in your character sheet, it doesn't exist.
Yeah. So, path to the winter.
Yep.
Anything in this chest, Ryan?
Certainly. Aside from just random clothes stuff and some rations and whatnot, you also find a pouch with 190 gold pieces in it.
I will add those to our sheet.
Okay.
Did anybody check out this chest?
I did not.
I investigate that chest if nobody else has.
Okay. Inside, you find some coins, gems, and spell scrolls.
Nice.
I hold up the scrolls. Oh, you just dumped it in the chat. So if anybody wants to check
put it
out
in.
scrolls, that's what we got.
And lastly, Ryan, this blue thing that I'm standing beside, is that a chest? Is that a stool? Is that...
It's a chest, but there's nothing of interest in there. That's just a bunch more clothes.
Cool. Thank you very much.
And there are 2 doors in this room that look to lead out of the room. Is that correct?
Yep.
I think we should go to the east and make sure nothing's behind us when we go to the north.
Okay, post up and kick in the door.
Slow down, big guy. Do we keep going to the east or do we double back and go north?
I'm gonna level with you, Katiara. I think that all of this is some sort of bizarre little test that our dear old dad propped up, and I'm not sure that any of this matters. And oh geez, Yaereene continuing on. Let's catch up.
Oh, sorry, guys. There's somebody here.
You enter into this room, and
There we go.
you hear the sound of an organ playing in the distance, and you see the devil that the Merilith described to the north near an altar. There's bloody trails across the floor leading to the largest red mushroom that you've seen since you've entered this place, and it pulses with an eerie life of its own.
Oh, I think we're in for it.
Dig in the organ music.
I think of it as music to slay by.
As you enter the room, actually, I'll turn off the music for now. As you enter the room, this devil spreads its arms wide in welcome and says, "Hello, you do not appear to be of the Eladrin that I have slain. Are you here to help me welcome the Great Old One?
Yaereene will just shake her head.
Nope.
Is
Don't
it-
think we will.
Is it speaking in common?
It is.
Would you care to explain more about this great old one and why we should consider supporting your plans?
Oh, yes. The Great Old One will be born into the world, and it will devour all of the Fae at long last. And then it will leave through that gate, and it will eat the world.
Yaereene knocks and shoots an arrow straight at him.
Yeah, we'll go into initiative.
She didn't like the sound of that.
Yeah, you kind of figured you wouldn't.
As a bonus action, she will cast Hunter's Mark on him.
Oh, okay.
I'm just double checking. It's been a while. Okay. And then she's going to shoot him with a +1 arrow.
Okay.
So I'll have to add 1 to this.
It's going. Hold on. It's going to react to the attack. You are within 60 feet of it. Yes.
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh no, you're not. You're outside of 60 feet. Okay, never mind. So you make your attack and you miss.
A 21 misses.
It says 20.
Yes, but I said I was using a +1 arrow, and it doesn't matter like that.
Okay, a 21 hits.
And so that would be a total of 12 damage. The piercing 11 +1.
Okay,
And I will shoot again.
that's a hit.
20. So that'll be a total of 11 damage. And I will mark those off of my sheet.
Okay.
And I think that's all for now.
Okay, Tempus.
Shortest turn ever. Rage 2 reckless attacks. I'm done.
Okay, that hits and kills it.
Oh, the imp stopped playing the organ.
Yep. I can't get it to move. What the heck? There we go. Oh, that's why I had the wrong thing. Yaereene,
Yeah?
can you give me an intelligence saving throw?
Goodness, I sure hope so.
You are stunned.
Damn it.
Okay.
Please get out of that soon. Wow. Just reading the spell.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, this guy's really, really mean.
It's okay. I'll remind you of those smooches that we had by repeating them.
All right, Ysmyr.
Getting in first, and then I think she's going to drop a sickening radiance on the devil and his mushroom.
Okay, what's that do?
I don't know why I did wall of light. Sorry.
No problem.
So yeah, it's going to be a nice big, if it's 30-foot radius, 60-foot diameter spear, if I'm correct.
Yeah, 30-foot radius. So where is it centered?
You may want to draw that out before you decide on that.
Maybe I counted it wrong. Hold on. As long as all the bad guys are in it, she's happy.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm just outside of it.
Yeah, if you put it one lower, then you'll get the guy right beside Tempus too.
Okay, maybe we'll do that then. Just drop it down one. And so when they start their turns there, they have to make a con saving throw.
Yeah, otherwise a whole bunch of bad stuff happens to them.
Yep. So that's her action. And as a bonus action, Hexblade's Curse on the devil.
And that's not something that it can resist or anything, right?
Oh, wait, sorry, that's an action. Never mind. Or wait,
Okay.
no. It's been a while since I've done Ysmyr. Sorry, it is a bonus action, and no, can't resist it. He's basically just cursed.
Okay. Anything else?
Are these cover these lines here?
No.
Okay, then I think she's gonna go in the opposite corner of Yaereene, or as far as she can get with her movement.
Yeah, because she started outside the room, right?
Yeah.
And Rhodes?
Okay, he's gonna go in and post up, not in the light, but just outside of it.
Okay.
I don't know why it moves his token where Ysmyr is at every time, but that's what it's doing. Let's see. I don't see anything that makes you not able to see in the light. Okay, so Sorry, it just sucks that both the characters I'm playing are one right after the other. I think we'll do a first level Burning Hands at the guy closest to us.
Okay. He is immune to fire and takes no damage.
Oh, good to know. I didn't know that.
Now you do.
Now I do. Bonus action, Spiritual Weapon. Bonk it on the head.
It is not immune to force damage.
And I guess the Spiritual Weapon will appear right beside it. And yeah. And that'll be Rhodes' turn for now.
Hey, Ryan?
Yeah.
I originally rolled a 12.12, and then, I didn't see it come onto the chart, so I hit the die beside the chart, and it gave me the 4.12. I mean, it's not a big difference, but,
Yeah, it would just put you ahead of one guy. Anything else for Rhodes' turn?
Nope, that's his turn. And a con save for that guy. Save is 16.
Yeah, I was just checking the spell description. I didn't see it in there. Okay, so it saves. So it doesn't say it's save for half or anything, does it?
Correct.
Nope, so for now he's still okay.
All right.
I'm going to use my reaction in cutting word it.
Can you link that in chat? It doesn't say anything about making saving throws there.
Okay, so I keep the bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Okay, I throw the bardic inspiration on Yaereene.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's done. Okay, now, I didn't have a chance to attune to the bracers of archery, did I?
You could have done that over the long rest after identifying them.
Okay, so, all right. I'm going to use the Corpse Slayer on first attack. First attack of the Corpse Slayer is going to be on that guy.
Okay.
24.
That's a hit.
It's not considered undead, is it?
Nope, but it's dead.
Okay. And second attack will be on that guy.
Do you get a second attack?
I'm proficient with it.
You need the extra attack feature, though.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought I had that.
You're not a College of Swords bard, so I don't believe you do.
Nope. So I did an action. I did my bonus. I still have my reaction, and that is it. Per moi.
Okay. So, Yaereene, you're stunned, and you make a saving throw at the end of your turn.
Okay.
And bardic inspiration. That's at D8 now, I believe.
And
Yep,
I
D8.
can wait until after I roll.
Yes, but before you know the result.
Okay. So Ryan, I think I'm done my turn. Can I make my
Sure. It's an intelligence save DC 18.
Okay. I'm good. I'm right here. I have failed 2 of them in a row. I'm keeping track.
So am I.
Oh, okay. Then I'll stop.
Sadly, it's not a short turn again, but let's see if we can drop this guy with one hit. Oh, come on, Beyond 20. Get there.
Yeah, for some reason your rolls seem to come through slowly. It's dead.
Okay, Tempus is going to look at that wall of light, and he's going to grimace, and he's going to shrug, and he's going to move on up to the devil.
Okay, con save DC 16. Like a
Oh, yeah.
boss.
He gets my second attack and my bonus action third attack. Excuse me, all of these being reckless.
How far did you move on your turn, Tempus?
35 feet, assuming that the corpse of the Lemire didn't slow me down.
And what's your maximum movement?
40.
Oh, so you've only got another 5 feet of movement. Okay, so can't do that.
I think I also missed him on all of my attacks, ending my turn in his range.
I hate to be that person, but you ran into the light, didn't you?
Yeah, he already made his saving throw.
Okay, what? I missed that. Sorry.
No problem.
Oh, and for what it's worth, Tempus is going to close his eyes because he is blinded by the light.
Okay, the imp makes its con save.
Lucky it gets to stay invisible, the jerk.
Tempus! Look at all that beautiful damage.
Okay.
You're raging, right?
I am, but I did say I closed my eyes. So would I have gotten to use my reaction to get an attack of opportunity when he entered my threatened zone?
Well, he was invisible when he entered your threatened zone.
Blind sight, 10-foot radius.
Oh, yeah. Well, you've got blind sight, so it doesn't matter if you can see him or not. So, yeah, you can take an attack.
Wait for it.
That is a hit.
Okay, so Because I'm using a halberd, I have reach, which means I would hit him as soon as he gets within 10 feet. I'm going to post my sentinel feet to Foundry.
Yep. So he's over there.
Yeah, would he have been able to hit me then?
No, sir.
Okay, so yeah, Tempus lashes out behind him in the midst of this light with his eyes closed, and he just stops this imp dead.
Good job.
So I think it stays invisible then, since it didn't attack. How much damage do you do? Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, let me roll.
Yeah, it probably doesn't matter, because he's probably just going to die here.
Here comes damage. Eventually.
Promises.
It just takes a long time for the internet to go from Manitoba to Saskatchewan, okay?
It's a long way. Yeah, it's dead. Damn it. I didn't mean to do that.
Okay.
I mean, I meant to fireball, just not to put it there.
Ah, darn.
That still doesn't help.
That looks better.
Hey, my roll came through that much faster that time. Oh, I'm not in the fireball radius anymore. Dang it.
Nope. So everybody in the fireball radius, please give me a dex save DC 19.
Except for me.
I think you still get one at disadvantage when you're stunned. Oh no, automatically fails strength and dex
Well,
saves.
fuck
That's what I thought.
me. Of all the times to roll a crit fail.
Yeah, so that's 30 fire damage, Tiara. And Ysmyr, so your spell that requires concentration ends, because I don't think you can make that con save, right?
Give me a sec here. No.
Oh, he did have to make a saving throw for that first, though, too.
Oh, he did. That's true.
Well, hopefully that didn't happen.
16.
He made it.
Dang. 30 fire damage.
Yep.
Okay, I can't alter Rhodes' sheet, but
Oh, okay, I'll do that. I'd given you control of his character, but...
but on D&D Beyond, if you're not the DM, you can't really change it.
Oh, okay, I'll change it in Foundry for now. All right, Ysmyr?
Okay, I think first thing Ysmyr is going to do is bonus action Armor of Agathis herself. So she gets 5th level spell 5 times. She gets 25 extra hit points. And then she's going to move so that we're all not bunched down here anymore. And bonus action Maddening Hex on our guy. So +4 psychic damage on him. I'm just making sure I'm close enough to do it.
Yeah, it has to be within 30 feet of you and you can see it. So that just does 4...
It's just 4
Psychic damage?
Yeah. It's just a
Okay.
little bonus. She can't attack right now, so that's the next option.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that is it. And for Rhodes, bonus action, gonna have his spiritual weapon go up and bonk this guy on the head. Sorry, the one uninjured minion guy.
It's a hit and kills it.
Perfect. And then, sorry, just reading through. Of course, he's a light cleric and everything is fire. Sorry, guys, just reading through his many spells. I don't actually... Is there any sign that this guy is immune to fire too?
Well, they're all devils.
Okay, we will assume so. Sorry, guys.
Okay, that was weird.
He's gonna get within 30 feet of this guy and cast Guardian of Faith.
So right there?
I was thinking, yeah.
Okay.
And that's his turn. Might have finished moving over to the side, but that's it.
So that only goes off if something enters the space of the spiritual guardian? Is that what I'm seeing? Or the guardian of faith?
Yeah, or moves within it.
Oh yeah, moves to a space within 10 feet. Okay.
Yeah. So this guy can't move without getting hit, basically.
Okay. Anything else on Rhodes' turn?
Just gonna move him a little farther, finish his movement.
Okay. All right, Tiara.
Okay, that's looking pretty healthy. Okay, I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on it at 4th level. So that's Wisdom 16.
Okay, it fails its... Oh wait, I think it might have advantage on saves for magic. Yes, it does. So it passes.
All right.
You still do half damage, so roll your damage, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So that comes as 20, takes 10.
Good effort. That would have been an awesome combo with the Holy Guardian.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, I still have my bonus action. I'm going to throw a Bardic Inspiration on... Is Yaereene still...
I still have your bardic inspiration.
Yeah, you still have that because you didn't make the pass because it wasn't worth rolling with the 10. Okay, I'm going to give my bonus and I'm going to drop a Bardic Inspiration on my brother. There you go, Tempus. You got a bonus.
Why, thank you.
Anything else?
And I'm going to move, and that's my turn. Ha, I hit it before you.
All right, Yaereene.
I'm good, thanks.
Okay. All right, Tempus.
Back to
All
short
right.
turns, nothing but reckless attacks.
Okay, so that is 2 hits.
For 29 damage.
Or, sorry, I rolled damage on a spear, but yeah, that's fine. Stick with it. That's my stupid mistake.
Sorry, damage for what was a spear?
The second blood halberd roll, which I think actually misses at an 18, but so maybe it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It's because of the weird way I had to set up the halberd on my inventory sheet. So, but that's okay.
Oh.
We can ignore it.
All right. So 29 damage. Pretty decent.
Why does it still say uninjured? Ah, there we go.
Because I had to apply the damage.
Yes, I assumed that you're just blinding speed and instantaneous. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I have to wait for it to reload now because I was hitting control for push to talk and accidentally hit R at the same time. And now we're going to do a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. Rhodes and Tempus. I need a wisdom save.
From who?
Holy shit.
Rhodes and
19?
Tempus.
Oh my.
Ha!
So Rhodes is fine. Tempus, not so much.
Spending my bardic inspiration, I believe it's a D8.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And you got it!
Oh, nicely done. Okay, so
Woo!
Poison Mind does nothing. That still leaves it with its Whip and Disruptive Touch. Tempest, it's a 24 to hit.
Totally hits.
Okay, you take 9 slashing and 36 force. Do you cut all that in half with your rage?
I do, down to 22 total, I believe.
Okay. And does a 13 hit? Probably not.
Nope, my AC is 16 with the armor that Ysmyr gave me.
Alrighty, so the Disruptive Touch misses, and that's its turn. Alright, Ysmyr.
Okay, I think for Ysmyr. Whoa, sorry, my thing. There it goes. She's gonna move. Oh, jeez. She's gonna move to the side a bit and do 2 Eldritch Blasts at this guy.
Okay, and that's making an attack roll, right?
Yes.
So on the first one, it's going to react, and you have to make a Wisdom saving throw, DC 19.
Okay.
Okay, so that 17 attack roll was actually against your closest companion, which appears to be Tempus.
Sorry, Tempus.
All good. That's a mighty good damage roll. No, sorry, that was the attack roll.
7 for Tempus.
Okay.
13 for the other guy, but she also has a Hexblade's Curse on him, which adds 4 bonus to damage rolls, so that's 17 damage on him.
Okay. And so Tempest took 3 force damage from his hit. And does your Eldritch Blast also push them?
Not anymore, no.
Okay.
She swapped for something else. It might go back to that later, we'll see.
Okay.
And then for bonus action, we're going to just add 4 more psychic damage on top of that.
Okay, anything else?
And now that she doesn't have to be close, she's backing away again. Back to the corner. That'll be it.
Rhodes?
All right, Rhodes.
We are going to Sacred Flame this guy.
Okay. He saves.
Okay, and the spiritual weapon's going to bonk it on the head.
That's a hit.
For 10 force damage.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Okay,
Right,
the big red thing, mushroom, whatever it is, I assume it's tall enough it blocks line of sight.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot 2 arrows at it.
Okay.
Sorry, just the 1 arrow. Does 17 hit?
Nope.
Alright, so I whiff on that. I still have one final bonus bardic inspiration. I'm going to drop that on Tempus, reload him up, and that is my turn is done.
All right, Yaereene.
Yes!
Oh, you did it!
Oh, good.
Yay!
And you've still got a bardic inspiration to use for something else.
I'm done my turn. Thanks.
Okay.
Determined to steal the kill before Yaereene can get back into the fight, Tempus lashes out with a flurry of blows, including one crit, I think. Nice. That's my turn.
Mhm. So that's 40 damage.
Nice.
And those were reckless attacks, right?
Yes, all attacks against me have advantage.
Okay. Tempus, can you please make a wisdom save?
Spending my DM inspiration to roll at advantage, please.
Okay.
I did roll, I promise. It's going to get here eventually.
Woo!
Wow, you saved.
Very
Yeah.
efficient.
You still got your bardic.
All right, I think that's it for its turn that time then.
Okay, well, I think best is just going to be what we did last time. 2 Eldritch Blasts and a little psychic damage.
Okay. I don't see the hit rolls there.
Oh, okay, I must have hit the wrong button. Sorry.
So 1 hit for 11 damage.
Okay,
And the 4 psychic damage I already took off.
okay, and you added 4 because this guy has her Hexblade's curse too?
Onto the Eldritch Blast damage?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah, still got that going.
All right. Anything else?
Unless she can get an idea of this mushroom thing, like do maybe a perception.
That would be an action.
Okay, then no.
Okay, Rhodes.
Sorry. We're gonna do a Toll the Dead on this guy. That is a fail.
Yeah.
So it takes
2d12.
2d12. Okay, I don't think it rolled the 2d12, did it?
No.
Ooh.
Nice one.
Okay, and then it gets bonked on the head again with the spiritual weapon for another 7.
Okay. Just to let you guys know, it might be getting a bunch of hit points back because Jesse realized.
I'm a cheater.
Jesse realized that he wasn't supposed to be getting attacks at +2 with the halberd that he has. It's not a +2 weapon.
I found one attack that it would have dropped down to a 19, so he can take 12 hit points back.
Oh, shoot.
And yeah, just the 12 hit points he should get back.
Okay. And has it been doing an additional 2 hit points of damage per hit then as well?
Oh, crap, yes. So I believe that with minusing that one, it should be another 8 hit points back for another 4 times that I've hit him. So 20 hit points total back.
All right.
I apologize to everyone for my cheatery.
It's okay. We caught it. Or you caught it. Anything else on Rhodes' turn?
No, not right now.
All right, Keiichiro.
Uh-oh.
Keiichiro, are you there?
Yes, I am. I didn't hear it come to me. Sorry.
Okay, good.
Yay!
Yeah. I had to throw a scare into you, he said, bluffing. All right, your death. I'm going to use... I'm going to use Vicious Mockery on it.
Okay.
Got to do a DC 16 Wisdom save. You're a foul-smelling beast.
Yeah, it knows. It's
Yeah.
not hurt by your words.
All right.
Anything else?
KTR is looking very, very frustrated right now. And that's it.
All right, Yaereene.
This with a +2 arrow.
Can I get you to give me a saving throw first?
Yeah.
It's going to be a DC 19 Wisdom save. Curses!
Yay! Oh, thank goodness.
We're getting some clutch rolls here.
No kidding.
Well, she'd had so many bad rolls it had to come around.
Okay.
All right, so you do get to attack it then.
Okay, so that's 18 damage, assuming that the 22 still hits. No,
Yep.
23, pardon me. She's a little choked. She's using another +2 weapon, bow. No, arrow.
Okay. That'll do it.
Nice crit.
Way to do it.
She did not enjoy her time stunned. Can she shoot the mushroom?
Yes.
She's shooting a mushroom.
Okay, it's really easy to hit. It's just sitting there, so I'm not going to make you roll. You shoot the mushroom, and the whole thing deflates and falls over.
Oh, good.
So basically, as you've killed off these devils, their bodies have vanished instantly, leaving no remains. And you guys have successfully stopped the summoning of the Great Old One.
But vanishing ones is a concern.
Possibly.